Now that we're a green belt, our new kicking progression is step in front and step behind. Almost the same kicks that we were doing at purple belt, we're just getting a little bit closer to our opponent. We're taking that step a little bit closer. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is what is a step in front or what is a step behind. If I'm standing in my L stance, my front foot's pointing forward, my back foot's at a 90-degree angle. I'm facing this direction, so this is my front foot. If I step in front of my front foot, that makes a step in front. If I step behind my front foot, that makes a step behind. Main thing I want you to see is as I do this, I'm not crossing my feet. You'll see if my foot crosses this line and then I try to throw a kick, my feet get tied up. So when I do this step in front, I want to make sure I have this nice clear path in front of my foot so that now when I lift my knee, it doesn't tie me up. You'll notice just like my sliding kick, I could step in front, throw my kick and advance, or I can step in front, throw my kick, and then retreat back to my original position. Either advance or maintain. I could even use it to move backwards. My step behind is a little bit different. My front foot's going to turn sideways first. That's going to allow this back foot to pass behind it. You'll notice when I set my back foot down, again, I'm not crossing my feet, but I have that nice clear path and I set the foot down on the ball of the toe. That way when I throw my kick, my toes pointing behind me, it helps support me against the power that I'm sending forward in that kick. The other thing I wanted to talk about with this is my position of my shoulders. The advantage of a step in front or a step behind or even a sliding kick is that I'm sliding in this guarded position. A lot of times I see people doing step in fronts and step behinds and all of a sudden they squared up to their opponent. And that's exposing these vital targets. You could get hit anywhere along that line and it can really do some damage to you. So I just want to encourage you as you're practicing these, keep the shoulder forward while you do your step in fronts and step behinds. Matter of fact, practice just the footwork without doing any of the kicks. Green belt is now an intermediate rank. So I wanted to take these kicks, our 10 basic kicks, break them apart a little bit more, get a better understanding of them. At white belt, we taught these 10 basic kicks in two different categories. We had straight leg kicks and we had bent leg kicks. The straight leg kicks are the ones I want to talk about first. They're great as a beginner. They're good for learning direction, warming up my muscles and my joints. But if I try to use a straight leg kick in combat, it's a really easy way for my opponent to catch my leg and be able to take me down. I can be in a really vulnerable position if my leg gets caught. When I'm throwing a kick in combat, I want to be able to rechamber that foot so that it's in closer to me and I have control over it rather than my opponent having control over it. With my straight leg kicks, they can all be done as bent leg for combat. Most of these tie into my snap kick. For instance, my outside crescent kick is simply a snap kick that I bring from the inside to the outside. My inside crescent kick is a snap kick that I bring from the outside to the inside. My rising kick is just a snap kick that I take over my shoulder. My axe kick is of course tied directly to that rising kick. I have to have a good rising kick in order to have an axe kick. My last straight leg kick was the heel kick. The heel kick starts from the same position as my side kick. So look, it starts from a bent knee position. But when I throw my heel kick, it's going to go straight through my target. Once it goes through though, I can rechamber my knee and set it behind me. So even though we do call that a straight leg kick, it's a little deceiving because it does still start with a bent leg and end with a bent leg. Just the action through the target is straight. So now let's take a look at our 5 bent leg kicks. We're going to notice some similarities there too. For instance, my snap kick, my back kick, and even my roundhouse kick all come from the same basic knee position. My roundhouse kick though, I got to point that knee and then turn this hip over. So it's a little bit different there. But then my last 2 kicks are my side kick and my hook kick. Virtually the same kick. I chamber my knee to the side, my side kick will go straight out and back, compared to my hook kick is actually going to hook through my target. So really we'd see that side kick, hook kick, heel kick are all related. So if we really take a look at all of that, there's two. I would even add in just a third kick that they all come from. Most of our kicks come from a snap kick. My other kick is the side kick. That's where pretty much all my other kicks come from. Roundhouse kick, I do kind of consider a different category, just because instead of my hip forward or my hip sideways, it's actually pointing that knee forward. Totally different hip position. So as we go through our step in fronts and step behinds, these are the three main kicks we're going to focus on today: snap, side, and roundhouse kick. I want to encourage you to go back and practice all of your basic kicks. However, if you can get good at these three kicks, they're going to help improve all of your kicks. The kick we're going to start with is a step in front snap kick. I wanted to mention that with my step in fronts, there's really only 3 or 4 kicks I would be doing from here. A step in front snap kick, a step in front roundhouse kick, step in front inside crescent kick, or if I'm doing an axe kick, this is special. I could do it from step in front or step behind, but my axe kick would be done as a step in front inside axe kick. So practice those, but here's the main one we're going to work on now. It's step in front snap kick. So I'm going to get in left guard stance. Hip! We're going to do 5 of these. Make sure key up on your first technique and your last technique, but breathe all your others. Here we go. Ready? 1. Hip! And then back. 2. 3. Keep that shoulder forward. 4. 5. Hip. We'll about face. We'll go the other direction. Make sure you don't cross your feet on the step in front. Ready? 1. Hip. 2. Make sure you're breathing. 3. 4. 5. Hip. And then reset. Our next kick is going to be a step in front roundhouse kick. So I want to make a couple points about the knee position on this. I mentioned before 2 ways I could use my knee in this roundhouse kick. One would be lifting it straight up like a snap kick, and then as I extend the kick, I'm going to turn my hip over, and that makes the roundhouse kick. Advantage to a kick like that is it can be more confusing my opponent. If every kick comes from this position, they don't know what kick I'm in the process of doing. If I need speed over trickery, what I can do is do my step in front, and then I can turn my knee while I lift it. Now this there, I can throw the roundhouse kick and come back. So I would suggest practicing both ways. We're going to do 5 on each side. Let's start with left guard stance. Key up. Hip. Ready? 1. Step in front. Roundhouse. And step back again. 2. 3. 4. 5. Hip. About face the other direction. Right foot should be forward. Here we go. Ready? 1. Step in front. Roundhouse. And then step back. 2. Hip. 3. 4. 1 more. Key up. 5. Hip. We're going to go over step behind kicks next. Main thing I wanted to point out is the kicks that we can use from our step behind. Pretty much any kick that's based off a side kick will be done from a step behind. Side kick, hook kick, heel kick. If you're in class, we teach a special kick called a whipping kick. But then besides that, I have a step behind back kick, right? I'd step behind. As long as I'm looking over my shoulder, this knee chambers, I throw my back kick and I can come back again. Step behind would be done with my outside crescent kick. I'd step behind, throw my outside crescent kick and come back. Problem is if I step in front and try to do my outside crescent kick, I'm going to kick my feet out from under me and I'm going to end up sprawled on the ground. So again, I encourage you to play with these kicks and you'll start to discover what kicks work best as step in fronts and what kicks work best as step behind. So from this point, we're going to go ahead and get started with step behind side kick. I'll be in my guard stance, key up, huh! Just remember, when I do my step behind, I want to rotate my front foot, step behind on the toe, so that when I throw my kick, my toes support me, and then I can come back to my guard stance. Let's do 5 of these. Ready? 1, hip, and then back. 2, hip. 3, 4, last one, key up, 5, hip. About face, we'll go the other direction. Ready? 1, hip. 2, 3, 4, hip. 5, hip. Our next kick is step behind hook kicks. Let's get right into it. Start from your left guard stance, key up, huh. Step behind. I'm going to turn that foot, step behind, lift the knee, hook, and then come back again. 2, hip. 3, 4, 5, hip. About face the other direction. Ready? 1, hip. 2, hip. 3, 4, one more, 5, hip. Now that we have a better understanding of how our step behind and step in front technique works, let's start putting together in combos. First combo going this direction is going to be step behind hook kick to a roundhouse kick. I'm going to be double pumping that kick. That means I'll throw the hook kick and the roundhouse kick with the same foot and not set the foot down. Let's give this a go. Guard stance, key up, huh. 1, step behind, hook kick, roundhouse, reset. Ready? 2, hip. 3, hip. 4, hip. One more. 5, hip. Now that previous combo, you can practice both sides. Probably a good idea to do that. You want both your feet to be about the same level of intelligence. It's also going to help you determine what foot you're having an easy time kicking with compared to what foot you're having a hard time kicking with, and it's that foot that you should practice more. This time though, going in my opposite direction, I'm going to change this combo a little bit. I'm still going to be doing my step behind hook kick, but rather than double pumping that kick, when I set that hook kick down, I'm going to follow it up with a back leg roundhouse kick. Roundhouse kick's going to land forward, and then I'll about face. I'm facing the other direction, but still have the same foot forward that I started with. I'll show you what that looks like. From my guard stance, I'm going to step behind. I'm going to hook kick, set the foot down, roundhouse kick, and then about face. I have the same foot forward, my right foot forward, but I'm facing the opposite direction. Let's try 5 of these all together. Ready? 1, hip, hip, Theodore. Ready? 2, hip, hip, 3, shh, hip, 4, shh, hip, 5, shh, hip. For our next combo, we're going to be focusing on the accuracy of our foot placement. So the point that I want to make, the combo we'll be doing is a step in front, snap kick, double punch. My snap kick brought me into my opponent. Now that I'm nice and close, I'm using my hands. Now if he starts raining down punches on me and I need to get away, I want to make sure that my footwork matches the footwork that I came in with. So when I first moved forward, I stepped in front, did my kick. When I retreat, I want my feet to place the same positions they were before. Stepping forward, stepping backward. Again, the main thing being that I'm keeping this shoulder forward. So let's try 5 of these combos. Left guard stance, key up, hup. Step in front, snap kick, double punch. This is then going to step behind and reset. 2, hup, reset. I can do a high section front punch, sync with my reverse punch into the stomach. 3, hup, 4, hup, 5, hup. Now with all these combinations, you should be practicing both sides. The really important thing about that, and I can't stress this enough, is you're going to find that you're going to have one good side and one side that's really difficult. So to me, that's important because that's what the martial arts is about, is making me a better version of me. So when I take that difficult side and I really practice it to where it becomes easy, it is possible to have your right and left feel the same. So moving on, last combo, we're going to be incorporating a Hapkido kick into this. My combo is going to be simply this. I'm going to step in front, roundhouse kick. That kick's coming in this direction, which is probably going to bring their hands on that side to block it. Since they block that kick, when I land, I'm going to go a side knife hand and a ridge hand, both up to the head. I'm hoping that between the kick and the 2 strikes, that their hands are starting to come up. Think about when their hands start to come up, it blocks their lower view. So after I've gotten side knife hand and ridge hand, I can follow up with my lower circular kick and knock them to the ground. So let's give this combo a try. Ready? 1, step in front, roundhouse, side knife hand, ridge hand, lower circular kick. I'm going to reset by hopping back. I want to try to stay center so the camera can see me. Ready? 2. Hup. Back. 3. Hup. 4.